Good morning here from Venice. Ivana and I have a full day of exploring today. We're going on an adventure. We are very excited. Don't let my lack of coffee fool you. We are very excited. And what's great is right here at 7 o'clock in the morning, we have the opportunity to avoid the Black Death. So this painting in the 1600s stopped the Black Death magically. The Black Death fell and is now in the pink stone. So every morning we have the opportunity right out front of our accommodation to avoid the Black Death, and it sort of speaks to the incredible history that is all around Venice. And so I would say we're off to a good start in Venice.
It's very misty morning.
7 a.m. Avoid the Black Death here on a misty morning. Let's make a good morning an even better morning and go for a coffee. Actually, usually we are latte people. I think in Italy we should be cappuccino people.
Cappuccino.
Let's go for a cappuccino. Thank you. Fantastic. Let's say Norok, Ivana.
How do you say cheers in Italian?
How do you say cheers in Italian? Don't know.
Mamma mia.
Very nice. So the city is just waking up behind us. You can see all the people bringing their carts out. They're going to be selling souvenirs for the day. Garbage people going around. We started bright and early because we want to get to St. Mark's Basilica before the rush, because our accommodation owner told us this is the busiest he's ever seen Venice, and he is a Venetian man who's born and raised.
I cannot believe it.
He would know. He said COVID ended and everyone is coming. So yesterday our experience was the crowd was incredible.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go to the most highest rated tourist destination at like 9 o'clock in the morning. Hopefully the sun pokes out. It is a bit gray today. We've got some light rain, although we're looking at a high of 19 on the schedule forecast, which is pretty good for Venice.
By the way, the cappuccino, very good. Very strong.
Very strong, I was gonna say.
Cappuccino is an Italian word, right?
I think so.
Yes, that's why we got it.
It must. It sounds cappuccino.
Yeah.
Okay, so with that, let's go check out the main tourist attraction in Venice. Good. All right.
Wow.
Venice is starting to awaken. The tourists are coming, and keep in mind the day trippers are gonna come soon.
That's true.
It's about 8:30 or 9, and so when the day trippers come, this place is gonna be bumping. Now over here on my left, you can see the Venetian Lagoon, which is leading us to the big body of water, Mediterranean Sea. Very foggy day today. Lots of boats will be coming in, and actually they have a water taxi here, and actually they have public transport through the canals.
Water bus.
They have water buses, so it's like a subway on the water. That's right. Which is very cool. And here you have an example of one of the canals. They call this Sigh Bridge because everybody looks at it and says so they call this Sigh Bridge. Now when I hear the word canal, I think man-made, which sort of hurts the beauty of Venice. I want the canals to be rivers rather. But it turns out they started off as rivers, and then as people started building their houses on them, they put concrete and brick in the walls of the river, turning it into a canal. So it's sort of part man-made, part natural.
Right, right.
Which is sort of beautiful. Some canals are hand dug, you know, artificially made, but a lot of them were rivers at once and turned into canals. And it's amazing to see the houses on the shoreline, because a lot of the houses have two doors. They have their water door, where you can imagine a Venetian man and his family jumping out the water door right onto a boat.
Yes.
And then beside the water door, they have the land door, where you put on your sneakers and go for a walk. So you've got two options how to get around, and some really, really beautiful houses. Seems like an amazing place to live, although if you're living here, you'd have to tolerate an incredible amount of tourists.
Yeah.
An incredible amount of tourists. Okay, it's coming up 8:30, 9 o'clock, so let's get to St. Mark's before it's shoulder to shoulder. Let's go.
Wow.
I'm not sure if the mist makes it more magical or more mysterious, but here we are in what is the main square of Venice. And first things first, introduction of new word. The word is, I believe, Doge. I believe it's pronounced Doge, and coincidentally, by accident, Ivana and I went this morning to a cafe called Cafe de Doge.
Yeah.
So believe it or not, Venice was a country for like 1100 years, from 697 to 1797 or so. And the country, the Republic of Venice, was ruled by a Doge. So this is the Doge's castle, right, Ivana? Or Doge's house, Doge's palace.
Wow.
Let's say it right.
And it's in a Venetian Gothic style.
Venetian Gothic style, which is updating our language. We learned about Gothic style in Romania. Now we're learning about Venetian Gothic. And not the only thing that's Venetian. You've got Venetian blinds, right? Venetian blinds.
That's right.
Venetian mask.
Oh, mask?
Venetian mask.
Yeah.
There's many Venetian things.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I'm so happy to be here. This is like one of my dream destinations.
Yes.
Coming true. It's amazing. It's like one of the most romantic places that we've ever been to. I mean,
absolutely.
Last night, I don't know if you guys can believe me, we saw shooting stars.
Oh my god! Oh my god! We were looking at this amazing architecture last night, and right in the night sky, we saw like a 10-second, super long shooting star.
Yeah.
Oh
amazing.
man,
Wow.
we were holding hands. Let me tell you. Listen, guys. I've made it clear in the vlogs many times. I really hate crowded places. I really hate tourist attractions. I travel for local interaction more than the tourist attraction. But let me tell you, Venice, I think, is the exception, because although it's wicked crowded and wicked popular, and there's lots of tourist traps everywhere, there's a reason so many people are coming here. Just incredible. Everywhere you look, the history, the architecture. The weather is terrible, but I'm overcoming the weather with my positive spirit.
It's worth it, guys.
Yeah, it's worth it.
It's worth it. It's because it's just so beautiful. If you can see the lineup to get into St. Mark's Cathedral.
Oh my gosh,
right
it's 9 o'clock in the morning. We came early and we still missed it. Are you gonna wait an hour or 2 hours to go inside the cathedral?
I think we will miss the interior,
I think we'll miss it.
We can admire the beauty from the outside.
We can certainly admire it, and lucky for us, our accommodation owner told us some local spots. He said very Venetian, no tourists, very Venetian.
Yes.
So we can go off the beaten path in Venice and go meet some Venetian people and practice our mamma mias.
Mamma mia!
Bellissimo.
Pasta!
Fantastic. Let's check out the main square, and then let's head up to some very Venetian areas. So we've come to the Grand Canal, which to my assumption would be one of the canals in Venice that was natural and not man-made. One, because it's so massive, but two, because it's sort of winding and meandering across the island. Whereas the place we're headed to has like 3 canals in a strip, almost look like roads. Potentially these ones are more likely to be man-made. But the reason we're here is to go to this famous bridge. It's going to be absolutely rammed with people, but Ivana wants to get some Instagram photos. It is sort of the iconic bridge over the Grand Canal. By the way, what a place to be. So romantic, isn't it?
I think this is the most packed area.
Yes. I was going to say the same thing. This might be one of the most iconic areas. Probably St. Mark's Cathedral and the bridge over Grand Canal. Yeah, good point. St. Mark's is a bigger area, so this place is going to be shoulder to shoulder.
Subway.
Oh yeah, good point. This is the subway. Believe it or not, they have a water subway. So we've seen lots of different public transport in our travels. We've seen them on cable car over top of the city. We've seen them on buses, electric buses, busways, but we've never seen a water taxi like this place. Water transit, I should say, which goes down Grand Canal and some of the other big canals. Pretty interesting. I wonder if it's used by locals every day, or if it's a tourist attraction, or a little bit of both. Good question. But here we go up the famous bridge. Let's go. Hey, I tell you what, 9:30 or 10 a.m. This is the time for the Rialto Bridge. Not too busy.
Yeah.
So nice, right?
Look at the view. Look at that. Wow.
Okay, so there's a water bus. So they're quite big.
Yeah.
So maybe they're not leaving every 15 minutes like a normal subway. Maybe it's every hour or something.
That's true.
It's quite big, right?
Quite big, and actually it's a good option if you don't want to take the very expensive gondola. You can take the water bus.
And
for
still
a
get
cheaper
some
price.
good sightseeing, and also they'll probably take you to the other side of the island.
Yeah.
All the way through Grand Canal or something.
That's right.
Good.
This bridge is so big that there are stores on each side. We're still on the bridge, by the way.
Yeah, we're right in the center of the bridge. They've got shops selling jewelry and... Oh, so nice. Cool, right?
Yeah. Look at this. Wow.
Hey, check it out. Even the iconic Venetian mask store. Right on the bridge. So technically we're over the water right now.
Yes,
We're still on the bridge. Now, Ivana's going to give us a history lesson of the incredible costume here.
Look at the costume, man. Look at the costume. The mask. They wear this a lot during dance parties during the Venetian time.
What a ballroom party.
And
with the feathers and your face covered.
Amazing. And I read that it represents freedom, or it's to like escape from reality.
Yes, I think it's like anonymity. It's like you can be someone else, so you can forget the troubles of the world, looking beautiful and
just
covering your face.
Be free with the mask. I mean, it's kind of like the COVID mask. I don't know why.
Masks have taken a change in recent times, but nonetheless, some of the culture in Venice is so strong that there's Venetian masks and lots of Venetian things.
Yeah.
That was funny about that. Okay, let's go.
In my head.
Our adventure continues here in Venice. I tell you what, they quite often do a smart thing in Venice. They put all the food right up by the window. So as you're walking through the beautiful streets, you can admire some of the beautiful food and maybe do some window shopping.
Yeah.
By the way, every street in Venice is beautiful.
Yes.
The narrow ones, the wide ones, the crowded ones, the empty ones. Really something special. Oh, that's so funny. That's so funny. Ivana, Google Maps has got us crossing the river via gondola service. We put Google Maps on walking, and in a city of 400 bridges, they chose for us to take a pay-for gondola service to cross the river. I think Google Maps is in cahoots with the gondola people, don't you think? Oh, this is interesting. See that? Shout out to Google Maps. So there is actually a sport called gondola rowing.
Wow.
Because it's a uniquely Venetian thing where you stand facing forward and row. Most of the time you're sitting facing backwards and rowing. So I'm not sure if this is a tourist attraction or if this is a real rowing competition, but there is a sport called Venetian rowing. See, they're all standing facing forward. Ah, shout out to Google Maps for trying to get us to buy a gondola, because there you have it, guys. Venetian rowing. Just nice. Okay, the journey continues. I think I'm starting to get a sense as to why our accommodation owner, our Airbnb host, recommended this place. He said very Venetian, very quiet. It's amazing that we're like 7 minutes from the place where everyone's shoulder to shoulder and there's absolutely nobody around, and yet still just as beautiful and just as fun to explore. I love all these little balconies. I'm gonna call this Venetian balcony. At the very least, Venetian blinds, I think is true.
Green.
Green shutters, yeah, green doors.
Yeah.
True. And so quiet over here. So this might be a place where Venetian people are living and sort of going about their life in a regular way.
Local.
I think in the tourist area, I'm not sure a lot of people are living there because it's so crowded all the time.
Yeah, lots of hotels though.
Lots of hotels, lots of restaurants, lots of tourist stuff.
Yeah.
But over here might be a real
And
Venetian life because there's
let me
about
tell you.
50,000 people living here. Go ahead.
The prices get cheaper as you get away from the touristy areas.
True.
Because cappuccino in the center is like 4 euros. Here, around here, it's like 3 euros.
3 or 2.5.
Yes.
So it's a good sign because we are going for lunch over here, and our Airbnb host has recommended a certain restaurant. He said this is the one you can't miss. Man, everywhere you look is just absolutely beautiful. Wow. Listen, you guys know I don't like the really popular places. Really crowded, it's not really my style. I'm gonna have to make an exception for Venice. This part of Venice, to me, it's almost like an old town that we've been to.
Yeah.
Let's say Montenegro.
Right.
Montenegro's old town. It's near the water in Kotor.
Yeah.
But it's on another level. Venice is the real deal. The
Yeah.
beauty here is absolutely the real deal.
I mean, Venice is world famous. So many places is like designed after Venice, like the Venetian in Las Vegas. Or I think there's a mall in the Philippines that is designed after Venice.
Iconic.
Yeah.
Absolutely iconic. Okay, let's go wander around some more. And then let's go get some lunch. What a nice place. I'll say this. You've got to do St. Mark's. You've got to do the big bridge, Rialto.
It's still
You've got to do it.
jaw-dropping.
But this part here is better for me. You can wander around and mind your own business and
Yeah.
really admire the beauty without being like this.
This is very romantic over here.
Ooh. All right, let's eat.
A bunch of forbidden action here in Venice. To sit and lie on the ground. To eat and drink sitting down. To soil and live rubbish. To swim in the lagoon and
to wear
swimwear.
swimwear. By the way, this area we've come to, absolutely incredible. I'm not sure the exact name of this part of Venice. I'm going to call it the area of 3 canals. But this is non-tourist area. For instance, up above my head, you've got 2 lovely Italian ladies who are Venetian naturally, and they're speaking Italian to each other in the balconies.
Yeah,
it's a nice thing to see. We just saw a bunch of children. Imagine a young Venetian boy learning to skateboard beside the canals.
Yeah.
Very interesting. We actually saw people who are taking gondola rides, but they're just locals without the costume who appear to be taking gondola. I'm not sure if he's on his way to work or on his way to buy groceries or just doing exercise.
Yeah.
But no costume, no tourist involvement, just local people
Very local
taking
feel.
the gondola. See, for instance, here we have 2 lovely women who are gondola riding. I'm not sure if they're locals or tourists. I would guess they're locals, and they're just practicing gondola because it's fun and healthy, and it's a nice activity. So there you have it, guys. Would recommend the area of 3 canals. Okay, let's go eat. Okay, so we finally made it to the restaurant our friend recommended. I will admit we were trying to get here about an hour ago, but we kept stopping to take photos and videos of canals. But if I had $1 for every video clip of a canal, I'd have like $500 by now.
Oh my gosh, that's true.
So the reason he recommended this place, he said the pricing is reasonable and the food is very good.
Yeah, you get 2 course, like salad and spaghetti. Or
For 14 euros.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, on the Grand Canal, 1 plate of food, no salad, like 25 or 30 euros.
Right.
So this is a steal. Okay, I'm sold. Let's jump in and let's makan.
Let's eat manjaria.
Manjaria, good one. All right, surprise, surprise. We found some polenta on the menu, which I was inclined to order because you guys know I love polenta, but unfortunately I do not love sardines. So I let Ivana order the sardines and polenta
surprised. Look at the polenta. It's kind of like watery, watered down polenta. And very smooth.
Not the same as our Romanian polenta we've grown to love. Something new, although I bet it would be good.
Though. And I got sardines with caramelized onion and raisins. Let's try it.
Looks interesting. I'm not a sardine guy, so I let Ivana go for this one. We've learned that naturally Venetian food is very seafood because we're right on the water.
Very good, actually. I really like it. I'm not sure if you like it because you don't like it. You're not a fan of fish.
I don't think so.
But this one is pretty good. Really good combination of flavors here. Like everything. Kind of like sweet and the fish and
the whole atmosphere here looks amazing.
Yeah. How's your spaghetti?
I kept it simple, guys. Can't go wrong in Italy. Spaghetti. All right, Ivana, let's eat and then we'll get back to our adventure. By the way, Aperol Spritz, you love it. Yeah,
it's very good. It's very refreshing.
It's very citrus. It's very refreshing. Good.
Salud.
Salud. All right. I have been convinced by the lovely Ivana to eat some sardines. She swears it's very good.
Yeah, it's very good.
She's saying this sardine dish is very good. First things first, Italian polenta. Tastes like sardines. It's been all mixed together. It's been on the same plate for too long. Okay. We've got raisins, caramelized onions, some very watery polenta, and a piece of sardine. Fire one.
I like it. It's very good.
It's not bad, but it is still sardine. The caramelized onion does kind of go well with the sardine flavor.
I like it. I would order that again. Oh, it's very good.
I would let you order it again.
Yes. Okay, guys. We have gotten lost so many times, but it's so fun to get lost in Venice because every corner is like bellissimo, beautiful. Look at this. This is like what, a church or something? I'm not too sure what building this is, but it's very historical everywhere you go. Wow.
Forte bene.
Forte. What's in Italian? Same probably.
Maybe same.
Bellissimo.
All right, some of the things we've noticed about Venice in the past 2 days of exploring. First things first, one of the only cities we've been to that is still very beautiful despite the all gray sky. The weather is completely overcast, but the city is still shining through with its beauty. So Ivana is thinking most beautiful city she's been to. Yes or no?
100%.
Ivana will give it the most beautiful city title.
Yeah, it's touristy for a reason, but I'm telling you guys, don't just stay in the touristy part. Go out of the St. Marcos area and really experience the local life, you know?
Agree.
Yeah.
Boom. I will say this, it's one of the best cities to get lost in because it's very beautiful everywhere you look, and you will get lost because even if you're on Google Maps walking, a lot of the pathways are dead ends and Google doesn't know. A lot of things happen where you have to go with the flow, but it's not a big issue because as you're walking around, it's beauty on every corner. I will also say an honest review here. In some of the canal streets, it smells like dirty water. It smells like
a little bit fishy.
It smells fishy, and definitely the beauty of Venice overcomes the smell, but I was surprised because you see the photos online and you go, this place is paradise. And you go there and you go, what kind of smells over here?
Yeah, but the water is still like green or blue.
The water is still relatively green or blue, but it has a bit of like a harbor smell.
Right.
You know?
Right. I don't mind it.
Anyway, just wanted to give you an honest review. Now, we are down here by the waterfront. There is another island over there, which is still Venice.
There.
But you can almost not see it today because it's fogged right up. So with that, we are going to let you guys go and keep doing more adventures. Stay tuned for some more Venice.
Yes.
Good stuff.
I think this is a must go, you guys. Go before it sinks.
Go
Hopefully it won't sink.
before it sinks.
Hopefully it won't sink. Come
It's
on.
not the Titanic, Ioana.
Yes, I know.
All right, thanks for watching, guys. Hey, everybody. One more thing. Help me out. Right here on the tower of the Arsenal, which, by the way, Arsenal is a Venetian word. You've got this sign. It looks sort of like a clock. You see in the top right, you got 6. And it goes 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. Sort of like a sundial might be, but also could be something like astronomical with something to do with the stars. It's right here on the beautiful towers here. By the way, behind this tower over here is where Ivana and I saw a shooting star last night. Absolutely amazing.
This place is already magical. Okay, I think you guys are bored of me saying how beautiful this place is, but I just cannot get over. So
it is what it
there
is,
you
Ivana.
have it.
It's Venice after all. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Let me know if you know what this is. My guess is it's a sundial. In some way, this tower could be a sundial. So like if this tower's shadow is here, it's this time. If it's here, it's a different time. That's my guess, but it looks interesting and I can't find it on Google. All right, later.